That's a Y junction there. So you can talk into it what you found, or you can. It's recording when it's red. There's another junction. Yeah. That's the earthenware. It's quite a big gap.
Just pull it back. See the bottom of it. Oh, which is the bottom?
No, that's the bottom. It's self-leveling camera.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. But that's where the water's been lying anyway. It's a big gap there, mate.
I think there isn't any stored water around here. It runs off down there.
That's water in there, mate.
And that there has to be the junction. And that sits and holds water. I don't know why that's not counting on the clock. What there?
Yeah.
It does hold a little bit of water.
Is that an inspection?
There? No, that's just dunny paper.
Yeah, no.
There's an inspection there. Let's join. What's that? Oh, that's a cleaning eye, isn't it? I don't know why that counter hasn't clocked down. I pulled it out too quick. Inspection there. That must be it drops off down the hill. What's that? Is that a main? Alright. Drain actually looks pretty good, eh?
If the problem is from here, would you show over there?
Yeah, could do, yep.
I think the problem is here.
Oh, you there, mate?
What's that, Milky?
It's an elbow. Well, it's cleaning off.
Inspection elbow, is it?
Yeah. Might just get him to run some water, actually. Oh, just run some water down the drain just to try and get my camera a bit further. But yeah, well, I'll have a quick look downstairs.
Okay.
See what's going on. Alright, what I might do is we'll re-camera the drain. Apparently they've put dye down here and they've found dye down there. Down inside the gully. Can I get you to run water down that gully there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
He did that as well.
Yeah. Is this the one he put the dye down?
No, the man said that they disconnected that. They run the pipe somewhere else.
They disconnected.
That's disconnected?
It's not working no.
Oh okay. What's that pipe from?
Probably
Is
the
there an
sink,
old
is it?
bathroom in there?
Sink.
No, because you know how it's holding water.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because you can't see down that way with the camera, but I've had this issue before Christmas, and all the gullies are broken, but inside the collars, and just inside the actual gully. So if that's holding water and the water's sitting back, the water could be trickling down inside a crack.
I think he did. Yeah, that's why he put the holes.
Dye down there.
Yeah.
The dye was there.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Can you get him to talk to you?
I've just tried ringing him, and but no, he isn't answering the phone.
Which way does the drain go?
Right, got to be going that way because the vent. Right, what I want to do is check this gully.
And then you can see,
Because I can see the dye in there.
yeah, you can see downstairs from where the water is coming when you turn the water on.
Yeah, okay. Alright. That's why I just want to...
But,
Sorry.
Oh, you should push it right in.
Sorry, mate.
isn't it?
I didn't get you, did I?
No, from the water. No, just push it more.
Can I put that on? Yeah.
Push it right down.
But that one doesn't work anymore.
No.
No, but that drain holds water. So that water can be coming.
Yeah, that's right. You shouldn't hold water, but it does.
Yeah.
And now, in a minute, you'll see.
No, but if they've disconnected it, that's just going to ground somewhere.
No, it's not disconnected. It's just not being used, apparently.
Oh, I see.
You want to have a look from where the water is coming downstairs?
I'll just have a look. I just want to pull the camera back.
Okay.
Because we've got a fair way down. So now we know where we're operating.
Well, everybody thinks that the problem is from here.
I think it is too. Because the trouble is the camera will only show
On the bend.
Okay, so here we go, Jeff. I've just marked out on the bend where it shoots off. I'm just going to pull the camera back. You'll see that little bit of a joint there, but the water's flowing down beautifully. Drain runs quite clear there. It's running at the bottom, as you can see. And then as we come back up, we'll come to where the gully is. So as you can see, the water gets a bit thicker here, sits about there. So there's a little join there. There's a little bit of movement on that one. Turn the water off in a minute. And here's the gully. So from the gully back, the drain holds water. So it holds water, sits there, it pushes back. We've got no other water running in the drain at present. And the water comes back. It's just starting to gradually drop off. And here's that big joint here that we've found. It could be okay, but as you can see, the water sort of pools around this area. I don't know if you can see that. On the right hand side you'll see it. Oh, g'day mate, how are you?
Problem and a half.
Jeez, in this weather. Oh, okay. I'm just up at your job. So, yeah, no, lovely guy. We've just been talking about the drain. He was saying that you put some dye in and it came out down the wall this morning. So, yeah, okay. So, bit of a tricky one. Where there is a join between the drain falls back from the old gully that's in the middle. Apparently that doesn't get used anymore. And I take it that's where you put your dye. Yep. 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 Okay. Yep. 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 Saw that. Yep.
You know what I've done? I put plain flowers in the sun.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Yep. 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 Well, I've gone a fair way down to where I can't sort of push it on, which is a fair way down, probably down around the side of the house, down the property. But what I had found is that where it goes underneath the step of the backyard, where there's I've marked it, the drain's running beautifully down there around by that elbow, which is out by the step. But yeah, but from the gully, from the old gully back towards the new part of the drain, that tends to hold a bit of water, and there is a joint on there that's where the PVC's met the earthenware, and it looks like a bit of a gap on the rubber, but that's hard to tell with the camera. And you can sort of see it when you run it down the middle gully. It falls back to that point, and then it sort of runs. It's running on the edge of the joint, but the drain between there and the elbow looks pretty good. but the what do you call it, and going down looks fairly good. But I've had yep. Yeah. No. So but what I'm thinking, this old gully needs to be taken out because the and eliminated because and disconnected because I've had one before Christmas where I did an insurance job. We cameraed it all the way down the drain, and then we dug up the buchan thinking it was just the buchan, and it went right up underneath the steps. I had to repipe it underneath the house to get it out because the every single gully, when I put the camera in the reverse way, where you can look down the Y junction, they had hairline cracks inside the Y. So sometimes you won't pick them up on the camera, but if you came the other way, you'd probably notice it. And it just seems I've put the hose down the gully now, and yeah, the old one. No, well, it's still connected. Yep.
Problems, eh? Lot of problems.
That's sometimes, eh? How long have you lived here?
Oh, 54 years. I don't know how long we had that problem downstairs. It never showed. But you can tell it was a few years. With the timber from rotten. How long you been doing this job?
I'm 61 and I've been doing it since I was 17.
This job? Yeah? Yeah, but with new technology you don't know much. Like me, I was in catering, all my life since I was 17 years old and I'm 52 now. And with new technology now, with the food and everything,
Right?
I'm nowhere.
Who did you work for?
Oh, I didn't work. I all have my own restaurant.
Oh, did you? Whereabouts?
I had one in Petroni
Right,
for 23 years,
right.
and I had one in London for 25 years.
What nationality?
Come on.
Yeah.
Greek.
What's your surname?
Of course.
John Vardy.
What?
Vardy.
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 Which is shortened Greek name for something about that long, I believe. But no one can tell us.
So you're Greek?
My ancestry on the father's side is Greek.
You speak Greek?
No. Salonika.
From Salonika.
Yeah. Well, that's what's on my grandfather's grave, where he was born.
Yeah.
But from there, blank. We don't know which boat he come out of, because there's no planes in those days.
Yeah. My daughter does speak Greek, and we were both Greek. My wife and I.
Yeah. I married a Rarotongan girl,
Ah.
and she doesn't speak Rarotongan.
I'll do you a quick
Her mother never
video
spoke.
of what I found.
Yeah.
My grandfather worked in a lot of the restaurants up in Cuba Street.
Have a look.
Oh, yeah.
I think he had a couple of his own too.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm thinking, but from that gully back to where it joins into the PVC, it just looks like there's quite a big gap on the right hand side of the plum quick. And so if you know what I mean, like when you put it in the plum quick, usually they butt up with about 10 mil. Just looks a bit bigger than that, and the water pulls back from that gully back to that point. But if it's anything like I had before Christmas, there could be a fracture or a crack inside the gully. So if you have the shower from the main bathroom, and that part of the section of the drain's holding the water at about say 20 mil, 20-30 mil all the time, and if there's a hairline fracture there, that water is feeding through it, and that's why we're getting clear water. It actually looked not too bad. So it's sort of, but you've got fall down there, you see, that's the thing, you've got fall at that point. Yeah, so you've got fall at that point, but from the gully back, to me that holds water at that point. But to eliminate that problem, you'd be better off to just replace the drain right up to where the elbow goes down. I'll just quickly, hold on, I'll just tell you how deep it is. So that's why I was looking at it thinking, well, better off just to take the whole lot out.
So when did your family come over?
Didn't come over my family. I came on my own. I was living in England.
Yes.
My wife came to England. She was born here. She came to England to go to Cyprus because it's Cyprus. To see a relation.
For the door.
And I met her
I'll
there.
just do you a quick video of what we worked on down and we found it, and I'll send
Women.
it.
We always follow them. They never follow us.
Alright, cool. Alright, no sweat. That's it. Okay, I've just spoken to Jeff.
Yeah.
He thought it ran that way, the drains.
Yeah.
He thought it went that way.
Yeah.
But, no, they run this way. And then they run down and then pick up the gully down the other side.
Yeah, so what...
But it holds water. Hold on, I'll just quickly... I've got that hose there. I might just quickly... go down further.
You want the hose on it?
Oh, I just want to see if I can push the camera down a bit. As far as I can get that bloody elbow. It's a fair way down. Just pull that. Okay. That's where the joint is on that pipe. There. You can see there's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And see that's water running down that gully.
Yeah.
So see the water coming. You see the water slightly on the corner of that right side of the screen there, circulating around there.
Yeah.
So what happens is that comes back to there. See the water there?
Yeah.
Pooling around that edge. Yeah, see there? You can see it all. So the water, so when that runs, the drains are falling backwards from that point there back to here for some reason.
So what's the answer?
Yeah.
What is the answer to that?
Well, you'll have to talk to Jeff about it.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't like to say, but talking to Jeff, like see there, can you see the water sitting in there?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So I'm pushing the water. So that's the water coming from out of your gully. So what's happening is that water's dispersing and that water's sitting there. So when you have a shower here, your water's having to push uphill to get down there. But without looking inside that gully, but that gully's not used anymore apparently, because that pipe's been diverted.
That's right.
But because the drain holds water, you can still get water coming back in and filling up the drain. So even though you've diverted it, the gully's still being used by filling up because it's having to go uphill.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we'll just carry on.
So.
And there's a little joint there, that's a little bit of movement, but hard to say. So if we get a bit further along, we get down here, there's an elbow. As you can see, the water's flowing away beautifully. There's a joint there.
Yeah.
And then that's where the elbow is, right there. So that's where it diverts off and then goes down under the house there.
See.
And then it picks up the gully down at the other bottom. So it's got to be between here. I would predict it's between here and here. But if there has been an issue with the gully, because that pipe got diverted,
Yeah.
but your gully's still being used because the water's pushing its way in there. And that's why it takes a while to come through. But wherever.
So, in other words, you have to break the concrete from here to there, and that will be the end of it?